find what you love. My love is that I just want a betterment of the country. At the end of the day, is betterment for young people, and not only that, but betterment for citizens of Belize as well.
Welcome back to another episode of the Captain 501 broadcast. Thank you guys so much for being here. And it's another guest episode, so we're being joined by another incredibly well-decorated Belizean guest.
Damn! Well-decorated.
So to give you a bit of an introduction about our guest who I have here beside me, she's an SJC and UWI graduate. She was an assistant producer and a social media assistant for 7 News Belize. She was a personal marketing assistant for Belize Props. She is the director of communications for the National Students Union of Belize, and she was recently named director of the Youth Vanguard of the National Trade Union Congress of Belize. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome none other than Ashley Longford.
Hey guys! Wow, you went down in that you went down in that description, man. You went for SGC, not the SGC GC days.
Yup. Well, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you for having me. Honestly,
thank you so much for being here.
This is the best, and one thing I love is that is something that a youth-led podcast, and this is something that as young people we need to hear from the young people, So I love that this is something that I'm on, and that it's a youth also on leading this podcast and a youth hosting this podcast as well. So for me, I give this thumbs up 100%, like period poo energy.
Thank you. Well, I want to start from the educational background, because like myself, you're also an SJC graduate, but you also went to UWI. You studied marketing.
I'm a Pelican. Yes,
you're a Pelican.
I studied marketing at UWI. I said at first that I said, hey, I love doing marketing. At that time, I loved doing marketing. I said that I feel like as in Belize, we don't have a lot of branding, especially like personal branding, because I always said it starts first from yourself, brand yourself first, and then you'll see yourself going out more. So yeah, I always say personal branding first. I was like, hey, let me do a marketing degree, and that's how I started to do that at UWI Global Campus.
Nice. And then you then went on to become the Caribbean regional representative for the Commonwealth Students Association.
I recently got elected as Commonwealth Student Association Caribbean and Americas regional rep. So that for me is something very tremendous, honestly, and something that and historic as well, because this is the first time a Belizean ever took up that capacity. So yeah, like 501 excellence in the whole. So and having a voice, having us as a voice makes it more better as well too. And we could be a voice for students in the Commonwealth to say that we need better education, we need more better student well-being and stuff like that. So for me, I'm happy, and like I said, my student advocacy started from that. I was, like what you said in your introduction, I was a member of the National Student Union of Belize. Then I became the director of communication, then the president as well too. So I'm a full-on student advocate, really and truly. Wanted that proper well-being for students, and knowing that that we are heard as well, that student voices are heard in our society, in education, in economics wise, that we're heard, honestly, that we need to be on the table about this. And that's something I always advocate, that youths are on the table, that students are on the table, because we are a part of society, that we are also inclusive in that, because a lot of times leaders are not inclusive. So to have that space that young people could voice their opinions is something tremendous, and something that will guide decision making to happen.
Nice. Was there like a specific moment or a specific trigger that made you want to become an advocate for youths?
Actually, when I started, that was in 2020. 2020. This was like a little bit when you just hear about the pandemic. Just hear about the pandemic. This I mean, February. I saw I saw unions because I'm also a labor unionist at heart. Honestly, I'm proud unionist here, and I saw that the unions were were marching, were demonstrating, and then I saw young people. I saw that the National Student Union was there, and I'm like, ha, this is something I don't see a young people be a part of, especially like a student union per se, because it was mostly labor unions was there. So I was like, huh, this is something nice that I should join. When that march happened, I saw that there were National Student Union and Belize members, and there was the president there, and I was like, I need to get myself involved in this because one, I think that young people need to start to voice their opinions on national issues. And for me, I wanted to start voice my opinions on things that are happening in our country. We have so much happening in the country that we need to voice our opinions on, like national issues that are important to us, important to our livelihood. And I feel like I needed to be a part of that youth group to help and to foster that as well. So like I said, I became a member, and that was like the triggering line for me. And then especially that I came from a family that are unionists as well, that are labor unionists. I had like two aunts that are part of the BNTU. So that was like a yes to them, like yes, Ashley is a part of something, some type of union, some type of advocacy work. So it was like win-win, for me. So then that where the trigger factor came in, is that I just wanted that we as young people voice our opinions on what matters, tell the leaders that we want a better Belize. I would say go big Belize right now, and I think that's my motto right now, is go big Belize. And that as young people, and we make up a part of the society. If you may know that 67% of our generation is young people. I mean, 67% of our population is young people. So we have a lot at stake in the society right now.
Nice, nice. And you use the word unionist. What exactly does that mean to be a unionist?
A unionist is somebody who stands up for what he or she believes in. That's one, to stand up together. As unions, we're a collective voice, in this battle. Like unionism is about wanting wanting a fair representative for workers, firstly. Wanting fair wages for workers, wanting fair treatment for workers, because usually in the workplace, you always feel unrepresented, or you always feel that you not to get no headway with anybody, or always feel mistreated. So by having unionism there and by having unionists there, it helps. Like watch pan all of the, thanks to unionism, honestly, that we have PTOs, that we have vacation leaves, that we have even mental health breaks, and as well to even have overtime pay. All of those things are what unionism brought up. Like the first part of it, where it starts from, was Antonio Sobranes. And honestly, when he started his labor movement, he started off having fair wages, representing fair wages, advocating for fair wages as well too. So that's where the pillar of what unionism, and not only that, but how the labor movement got about, to be honest. And to be a unionist per se is, having a collective voice in wanting that workers are feeling treated better, honestly, they're treated nicely, that they're in a comfortable work environment, that they feel that I need to be treated fairly by their own employer, and so forth. So that's where the unionist part comes in, and why unionism is so important as well. So
yeah, thank you for sharing that. Well said. I had also mentioned too that you're a well decorated individual, because I have here that you have a certificate in democracy, leadership, and politics, but you also have a certificate in digital marketing from Google. Right?
yeah, I said, let me get a Google certificate in digital marketing. If I wanted to study marketing, get the certifications as well. To not only your school degrees matter, but also those type of knowledge as well. And it was free. Belizean like free thing. So it was free. So I got it from Google Ads. Those type of certification, because it helps to bring knowledge as well too. And even now in my advocacy, right now we are going to a digital space where, as young people love social media. Watching the podcast right now, YouTube, Spotify, we did talk about that. So we have to know how to even engage these type of demographics and the generation that we're facing now. So
Mhm.
I needed that certification to help me with that, to foster my knowledge, and right now, as an advocate right now, and the time I'm in right now, I needed that, leverage to see how can I
Mhm.
get the interest of young people,
Mhm.
as well.
Yeah, and it paid off because then you went on to do social media for Seven News Belize, and then you were also a personal marketing assistant for some time.
Yes, I
Yeah.
was there for a personal assistant, and now I'm now working with a digital marketing agency that's also a SaaS software agency called Dealer Spike. So I'm doing that as well. I'm a SEM specialist, so it's helping with it.
Nice. Yeah, definitely the hard work pays off. Okay, so now I have a little game.
Oh,
Mhm.
okay.
This one is called the Belizean True or False. All
Hmm.
right. This one there's a favorite from season 1. So I'm going to be giving you some statements relating specifically to Belize and test your knowledge to see if you got it. Yeah, a 50-50 chance of getting it right. So all right, let's do it. Belize has over 400 small islands.
I think that's false.
It's actually true.
Really? I thought it was
Mm-hmm.
1,000. I thought it was 1,000. I thought it was a
You thought of a
1,000.
lot more.
I think that be more. I mean, say 1,000 we have. But then again, looking back, like, not really. I mean, think that be more.
There's maybe still more out there yet to be discovered, to be
I mean, think
honest.
that
Mm.
give and take, I mean, think that be like 600. Like 600
Mhm.
to like 600 to 1,000, I mean, think.
All right, next one. Belize is about 60% forest.
60% forest. I think that's true.
Mm-hmm. Belize has the third highest per capita income in all of Central America.
Third highest. I think that's false.
It's actually true.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was an interesting one to find out.
I thought that was false. No, I know now.
Yeah. All right. There are only 4 traffic lights in the entire country.
4 traffic lights.
Mm-hmm.
I remember they just put some more in Belize City. So I think that's false.
It is.
Because I know Orange Walk have a traffic light.
It is.
And they put more now.
Yeah.
They're putting more now in Belize City now.
Yeah. It used to be just 4, but
Yeah.
since the new ones, yeah. Okay. The country's name change occurred in 1973.
True.
Mm-hmm.
I just can't look that up too. Like just the other day, I looked that up. 1973. I remember that.
See? Come
I
in
gotta
handy.
look that up.
Come in handy. Belize has the lowest population density in the Caribbean.
In the Caribbean,
Mhm.
I think that's false. Yes, that's false.
It's the lowest in Central
Central
America.
America.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mhm. The Maya are the largest ethnic group in Belize.
False.
And then lastly, Belize is still a member of the Commonwealth.
True.
Yeah.
Because then, oh, am I? It's
But yeah, you did well. You did well.
Sure. Big up.
Yup. 501 excellence. All right. Now I want to ask about you being a director of communications for the National Student Union of Belize. How did that come about?
So yes,
Mhm.
like I said, I started off as a member of the National Student Union of Belize, and then I saw that they were starting to have elections, and then the founder at the time and the part president at the time was saying, Ashley, you should go up for this position. You did good as a member. You want to be very vocal, and we might need your expertise, especially that you have a marketing background. Well, at the time, I start getting to the finish my degree as well. So you have that marketing background, so you may be quickly easy transition, and then you very vocal for students, and not only students but also young people as well. So it's like, why choose this position? And they're like, should I? Like, I never take up leadership roles. I never take up something like this, like a director of communication or PR, something like that. So like I decided, like, all right, let me do it, and that's how, how that coming about started, and I did most of the designing of the press releases, the newsletters, like all the social media side of it. I did that as well, to try to enhance the membership. I mean, to engage the membership as well, and to even to bring more membership into the union, because as unions you need more members, you need to strengthen numbers as well. So that's how the director of communication started.
Nice, nice. And then just recently, you were named the director of the Youth Vanguard of the National Trade Union Congress of Belize. So tell us a bit more of what the Youth Vanguard is.
So it's called Young Vanguard, to be honest. So the Young Vanguard is really about empowering and educating young workers from the ages of 18 to 35. So we engage young workers about their labor laws. We're still at the structuring part of it right now at the moment, because we just started really. We just got actually, not to let me go back into a little bit of background, to be honest, than starting with the Young Vanguard. NTUCB, this is the first time NTUCB, the National Trade Union Congress of Belize, amended its constitution to have a youth voice on their executive community. So that was one, to have a youth voice that is a part of the executive team. That's where in December it got amended in the constitution that they wanted a youth voice, which 100% I believe that youth voice matters. Youth voice truly matters. Youth voices matters, and having a young person there on the table matters as well. So in the NTUCB having that and amending that in the constitution is quite historic for unionism as well, and not also that for youth development and also for young workers, that they have a platform that they could go to. So they amended the constitution to have a director of Young Vanguard. And then with that being said, that took me into the play of having a Young Vanguard, which is the youth arm of the National Trade Union Congress of Belize, and to have another history about that, because I don't know if people know about what is the NTUCB or what's the National Trade Union Congress of Belize. It's I would say an umbrella organ of unions, of 11 unions. You have like PSU, you have BNT, you have the Teachers Union, you have Christian Workers Union, you have 11 unions who sit on the NTUCB, who form the NTUCB. So we have all the unions there, and they said that they wanted a youth voice, So when that come into play, so now the Young Vanguard, they wanted to have a youth arm, a youth group per se, to start to empower young workers to know about their labor laws, to know about what industrial relation means, to know what unionism is so important, why young people should even be union, to be a part of union as well, to make themselves unionize, as well, to have more better involvement, and not only involvement in unions, but also to have civic engagement as well, to have more better civic pride in yourself, and to even better yourself off employment wise, to even be more employed, if you feel that you're at a workplace that is not giving you that sense of purpose, trying to better off yourself as well. So the Young Vanguard is for just empowering young workers from the ages of 18 to 35. So anybody who wants to join, could join up and be a part of the Young Vanguard, so they could start learning about their laws, learning about why accountability matters, why workplaces treatment, the treatment what you get at the workplace matters as well, to why unions are important as well, to how do they play in society. They play a lot in society. If you see in the news, you see BNTU at the forefront of democracy, and it's the forefront of speaking up for things as well.
So yeah, nice. And so there's definitely opportunities out there. It's really just a matter of taking advantage of it. So exactly how can our youths reach out or to become a part? Or
so there's a sorry,
yeah
I cut you off.
No.
So you could go on the NTUCB page right now, and there's a link, like a URL link, and there's also like a Google form. You could just fill out the application. It's very simple, just your name and just the basic details about yourself, and that's how you become a member of it. And you don't have to be unionized. You could be just a worker, honestly, just a young worker from anywhere, call center, working in tourism, working at a bank or at a hospital. You could be anybody who just working, and you don't have to be a full-time worker or a part-time worker. Just be working, and then you could be part of the Young Vanguard, and to know more about the laws that are happening, especially labor laws. Is something that the Young Vanguard really wants to push out is, let people be informed,
Right, right. There we go. Yeah. How do you find balancing your professional life with your social life?
Time management for me, and the discipline with that. Honestly, like, I'll be quite frank with you. Sometimes, and this is where we may have the conversation off camera. My mind sometimes only work at night, if I could be honest. But
Same.
for balance, that really, a lot of discipline. Well, a lot of discipline goes into it. Really, like I have to make trackers, put on my calendar. Sometimes I'm like, wait, I have a meeting 6 o'clock. Wait, that done 6 o'clock. I supposed to be there in this meeting. Like, like sometimes like you have to just be really disciplined, because if you make I balance that, it just it crazy, because 1 minute I have to do this and the next minute I have to do this. And like to even find that, like, the discipline that comes with it, that I don't even know how I even do it, to be honest, like to even answer that question.
But you definitely, you make it work, because it seems that you're definitely doing great, because if you're representing all of these different companies and these different unions and the Commonwealth, you're representing Belize the first time ever. So I definitely commend you for, having that discipline and making it work out. Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, first I have to thank God for that, honestly. Like, to give me the strength. Like, I always pray and ask God to give me the strength every night, and the guidance as well to face on whatever I have to face on, because coming to be a voice, it comes with a lot of backlash, if I must say. It comes with a lot of backlash. So, to have that sense of guidance, that sense of protection as well, is needed.
Season 2 of the Captain 501 broadcast is brought to you by the National Institute of Culture and History, NICH. NICH is Belize's premier cultural institution dedicated to empowering contemporary and traditional creatives, nurturing their talents, and recognizing their roles as catalysts for change in our communities, safeguarding both our tangible and intangible heritage. The NICH vision to create a Belize that embraces and promotes our cultures, our values, our identity, our prosperity in our global community is brought to life through a diverse array of programs and initiatives. You can learn more about the resources provided by NICH by visiting the Museum of Belize or the Museum of Belizean Art located in Belize City, the various houses of cultures located countrywide, as well as visiting nichbelize.org or other websites and tools such as the 501 Academy and Access 501. So what would you say are some of the challenges that you currently face, whether it's in the youth advocacy, whether it's in the workplace, whatever it may be?
I think one is being heard. Being an advocate, sometimes you're not being listened. Sometimes you're on the table. Sometimes you get on the table, but you're not really have a listening ear. Sometimes they just want you. They just want you to be here just to say that it's inclusive, and that we have somebody there. But the same one who is in power do not want to listen to you. Because sometimes you get on the seat, but sometimes you're not to eat as well too. You're not to eat on the table, you just there. But nobody not to serve you. You're not to eat as well too, I would say. Like you're in a restaurant. Like I said, they're not a fancy restaurant. This is my example. You get a fancy restaurant. Let's go say, for example, you just make up Louis Vuitton restaurant. I just say they actually have I think they just build a restaurant.
They do actually.
Yeah, they do.
They do.
And you get there. You're there on the table. You reach there on the table, but they don't want to serve you. They don't want to listen to what you have to say. They don't want to listen that you want this type of food, But you're there at the table, yes, but you never get your food. That's how it feels. That's the challenge right there, is that the listening part and being heard part as well too, because they could say, Ashley, what you want to say? What are your thoughts? And then next minute, that goes in the next year and comes out right back out. And we're not really getting listen to Ashley. It does that when we want what you voice there, And it happens a lot because as young people, and a lot of youth advocates. I have to big up my youth advocates here. We have Brianna Boyd, we have Ishmael Nicholson, we have Marisa Cervantes, that's the regular. I like big up people, sorry. There's a lot of youth advocates there that are doing big things right now. Honestly, there's Andrew Campbell, Kiefer Mass, like people who are on my Rise Belize team. I have to big up them honestly for that. Brighton Cod. Big up to Diana Rikene as well, to an advocate who is on Rise Belize as well. So that's one of the that's a coalition of different youth networks as well. So if you're a youth group out there and want to join Rise Belize, you're happy to join. We're advocating one of our main thing that we're advocating for is a national youth policy as well too. And that is just a framework that helps the society to know how to empower young people, how to guide them to empower young people, and how to educate young people about it. So that's a guiding principle that will help Belize as a whole, but also the Department of Youth, to how to have youth development and to have young people grow as well. So that's one thing that Rise Belize is doing. And that Rise Belize is made up of different youth organizations such as the National Student Union of Belize, YLab, Commonwealth Youth Ambassadors, we have BYM, there's certain different youth organizations, and if you want to as well to please join those type of platform. Find one that seems your comfort. If you like climate change, join a youth group that does climate change, join. If you want fight for student well-being, join the National Student Union of Belize, or you could join YLab as well too. They fight for young people. There are different platforms, different youth groups that you could join as well too. So to spread your word, even if even as I say, I feel shy if you talk, join it, and then you might start to enjoy what you do as well too. So there's so many youth advocates, Dominique Norales, honestly, that are doing so much things in our country right now. So I just had to side note that for right now.
Of course. Shout out to them, of
If
course.
I don't big up, no, please don't feel bad. Please don't feel bad. Please don't feel bad about that.
Yeah.
But yes, like to be heard, that's the challenge. Like, and sometimes you have that resistance, like I don't want to talk because I feel like I know I get heard. Because there's that resistance that comes with it, like the challenge of resisting yourself. If you not even want to talk your own opinion, honestly, like that whole resistance, like I like afraid right now because I don't know if they will actually listen to me, So like being heard, like the challenge of actually being heard and being listened, that's the problem.
Yeah, well said, well said. Who would you consider to be some of your inspirations?
Ooh, well, my mom is one. My mom is one of my biggest inspiration. That's a strong woman there, honestly. I have to big up my mommy. Hi, mommy.
Exactly. Big up the moms.
Big up my mom. My mom is one of my biggest inspiration as well too.
Nice, yeah. Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
In the next 5 years, honestly, I just want to continue my advocacy. I just want to continue advocating for young people. At that time, I'll still be in a youth age. I will be what? 31? Wow, they give up my age here. But yeah, I just want advocate. That's where I want to be. Advocating for young people. Advocating for the betterment of our country, honestly. That's where I just want to be a sound system for somebody who feels voiceless. I was at a BNN summit, and there were a group of young people who said that they didn't feel informed, like a portion of it, and I'm like, but they never want to talk, right? And I tell like, I will be on a voice, I will talk for us. I get up on the mic and I tell like, they are young people, not feel heard right now, and they not feel like they're part of it, I think for me, that's where I stand in the next 5 years, is to still be that advocate, and I think I still will be that advocate because that's what I love doing. That's my passion, That's where I find juice, my juice. That's where like I wake up in the morning and I say yes, I have that in me, that willpower that I want fight for something. I want advocate for something. I think that's where the 5 years. The advocacy, if God spare my life though.
Of course, yes. What advice would you give to our upcoming youths who may also want to become advocates in their own community or in their country?
Be authentic. Be authentic. Be true to yourself. No fall into the tokenism. I always bring this up everywhere, is that as young people we fall into that tokenism mindset where only when we get invited to a event we advocate. But how about outside of that, outside of your own community, be advocates then. So I always say be authentic. Don't just be there because I don't advocate. And then when it get going, you know, push come to shove, and I don't want this now, you know, like I always say be authentic to yourself and know your truth as well too. And also know when to say no. I have a hard time doing that myself right now, and still do, knowing when to say no as well too. So, but my biggest one is be authentic, you know. Find what you love. My love is that I just want a betterment of the country at the end of the days. Betterment for young people. And not only that, but betterment for citizens of Belize as well. So, you know, that our country grow, you know, and be able to be better, you know. Because I think everybody wants that our country be better from what it's now, you know. So I think that's for me where I lie. But young people, be authentic, one, and be true to yourself. Not be fake. Not going at they create a facade, you know. Be true to yourself, you know, just be true. Yeah. I think that's one of the main thing. And find mentors as well too. Find mentors, and that comes with the inspiration that you asked me, is that find people who could give you the advice. Mentors, like I look to union leaders. I have to big up again, like Sister Elena Smith, Sister Nadia Callis, Sister Ella Waite, my union sister from Christian Workers Union, Sister Leonora Flowers. You have different union leaders, different youth advocates as well, who are doing their part as well. So finding real mentors that could guide you as well, because you need that, especially as young people. When you feel lost, who can I turn to? Because sometimes when you go dark, you don't have nobody. And I realized that a lot, you know, because you sometimes the happy one, but how about when times get rough? Who you have to call, you know? Right. So you need that somebody if it just push you up back as well, you know. Find that person that was lifelong somebody, you know.
Yeah. Where can the people find you to keep up with your journey, and how can they also connect with our unions to take advantage of the opportunities?
So, if you want to find me on TikTok. Find me on TikTok. I'm Ashley Longford, Ashley.Longford. I'm also on Instagram, Sapphire and Serenity, or just could know me as Ashley Longford. On Facebook, Ashley Longford. I could just DM me, slide in my DMs. Not a weirded about. Not a weirded about. But find me on there, have a conversation with me, you know. Tell me how you feel as a young person, as a concerned youth. Find me on those spaces as well. That way you could find me. I'm a proud member of Christian Workers Union as well too. So you could find me in that platform. Young Vanguard. I also run Rise Belize. I'm an executive member on Rise Belize, where our main focus is tabling the national youth policy. That is so important to us, honestly, because, you know, in Belize, running youth development, it also starts by having a policy for young people as well, to what will guide the country, the Ministry of Youth as well, to have different facets, if it's education, healthcare, employment, those type of things. So having that as well. But you could find me on those type of ends as well too. But find me on social media. I'm right there. I have those centralized one: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Just have to type in my name, Ashley Longford, and you'll find me. And just send me a message if you feel that you have some sort of concern or some sort of issue, or you just want to talk to me. I'm always there.
Yeah. Well said. Well, guys, a special thank you to Ashley Longford for making her way on the season 2 of the Captain 501 broadcast.
But also big up yourself, Captain Cadle, as well, to big up yourself. Honestly, the work what you did do, honestly, for this country is quite tremendous. Big up yourself. Large up yourself.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And big up to you too. I mean, we definitely need more advocates for not only for our youths, but for our workers, for our Belizean people. So I definitely appreciate you taking out the time.
Thank you.
Yes,
You.
of course.
When I see them when they take out season 2, they're like, I have to come. I have to show people, about, that also young people matter. I think
Right.
that's where this whole interview is about young people voices matter, and we matter, especially now that there's a lot of things happening in the country right now, and I think that this is where youth voices needs to come up, needs to tell the ones in power that we want a better for our country, and we need it now, so.
And thank you to you guys as well for watching. If you want more episodes, check us out on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify, and we will see you guys in the next episode.